There comes a moment in life when you're tired. Not physically, but tired of being misunderstood. Tired of giving your all and still feeling invisible. Tired of pouring your heart into everything only to watch others get noticed for half the effort. Tired of pretending everything is fine while your soul quietly breaks. In those moments, you don't need more talent. You don't need another degree. You don't even need more time. What you need is attitude. Because attitude is more than confidence. It's how you stand tall when the world pushes you down. It's how you keep moving forward when everything inside wants to quit. It's the fire burning in your chest even when the world is cold. It's the silence on your lips yet the roar in your actions. People will tell you, you need luck, you need support, you need someone to save you. Ignore them. What you really need is a mindset that refuses to break. A mindset that says, I will rise no matter what tries to stop me. Attitude is the invisible armor that no failure can pierce. It's the engine that drives you forward when all other resources fail. It's what separates those who crumble under pressure from those who thrive in the storm. Attitude is everything. And from this moment forward, so will you. People often say things like, if I had more money, I'd be happy. If I had more support, I'd finally succeed. If only things were easier, I could reach my dreams. This way of thinking is dangerous. It hands all your power over to circumstances outside yourself. It teaches your mind to play the victim, to wait for rescue, to hope for a miracle that may never come. But here's the truth. Life doesn't wait for anyone to be ready. Two people can face the exact same struggle. One crumbles. One rises. Not because of luck. Not because of talent. Not because of connections. Because of attitude. Your situation, your money, your background, your setbacks can slow you down. It can hurt you. It can test you like nothing else. But it cannot define you unless you let it. It cannot decide your worth. It cannot control your future. The difference between someone who succeeds and someone who gives up is not what they were handed. It's how they respond to what life gave them. Stop waiting for life to be easier. Stop blaming circumstances. Train your attitude to be stronger. Decide today that no setback will shake your resolve. Decide that obstacles will become lessons, pain will become fuel, and every impossible will become your next challenge to conquer. Because here's the most important truth. You may not control your situation, but you always control your attitude. And your attitude, that controls everything else. Failure doesn't destroy you. A bad attitude does. Everyone fails, everyone stumbles, everyone hits walls that feel impossible to climb. Even the most successful people you admire, they've fallen thousands of times. They've faced moments when giving up seemed easier than trying again. Failure itself is not the enemy. It is simply information. A lesson waiting to be learned. A guide showing you what doesn't work so you can discover what does. But here's the dangerous part. A bad attitude turns failure into poison. It convinces you that life is unfair. It whispers that you're unlucky. It tells you that others have it easier. It closes your mind to every opportunity, every insight, every small step that could lead to growth. Think about it. A person with a good attitude can rise after 100 failures. They may be bruised, tired, or disappointed, but they keep moving forward. They see each failure as a stepping stone. They embrace it, learn from it, and use it as fuel. Meanwhile, a person with a bad attitude can have 100 opportunities handed to them and still fall. They give up at the first sign of difficulty. They complain, they blame, they overthink, they retreat. They let failure define them instead of refine them. Your attitude is the lens through which you see the world. It decides the story you tell yourself. That story decides whether you fight or surrender. Whether you see setbacks as a reason to quit or as a reason to rise stronger. Here's the truth. You cannot always control failure. You cannot always control what life throws at you. But you can control how you respond. You can choose whether it breaks you or makes you. Fix your attitude and failure loses its power. Fix your attitude and rejection becomes redirection. Fix your attitude and pain becomes purpose. Fix your attitude and you will never truly be defeated. Because in the end, the world doesn't punish failure. It punishes weakness of mind and spirit. The strong, the resilient, the unstoppable, they don't avoid failure. They master their attitude in the face of it. Nothing in life lasts forever. Your job can disappear. Your money can vanish. Relationships can fade. Comfort can be gone in an instant. Everything around you is temporary. But one thing can never be taken from you, your attitude. Even in your darkest moments, when it feels like the world has collapsed, when everything you counted on is gone, attitude is the fire that refuses to die. It is the quiet strength that keeps you standing when everything else falls apart. It is the inner voice that whispers, "This is not the end, I will rise." Your attitude shapes your life in ways you cannot see immediately. It decides your reaction in moments of crisis. Your reaction decides your next action. Your next action decides your destiny. Strength is not measured in muscles, money, or luck. True strength lives in the core of your attitude. It is built in silence, forged in adversity, and sharpened by every setback. With the right attitude, you can endure storms that would break others. With the right attitude, you can rebuild from ashes that seem impossible to rise from. Remember this, life can take everything else, but it cannot touch the strength you choose to carry within. Your attitude is your most powerful, unshakable weapon. It determines whether you crumble under pressure or rise stronger than ever. Success isn't about connections, fame, or who you know. It's about the energy you carry, the vibration you bring into every room, every conversation, every situation. Your attitude is like a silent language. It speaks before you even say a word. It communicates confidence, clarity, and strength, or doubt, fear, and weakness. A weak attitude pushes people away. It creates tension, it invites drama, it signals uncertainty. Opportunities slip through your fingers, relationships fade, doors quietly close. A strong attitude, on the other hand, draws the right people to you. It commands respect without arrogance. It earns trust without words. It creates influence without force. Confidence is magnetic. Self-respect is irresistible. Calmness under pressure is rare, and it breeds loyalty. Think about the people you admire most. They aren't always the smartest, richest, or most connected. But they radiate a presence that makes others want to be around them, follow their lead, and support their vision. Here's the key. You cannot control who comes into your life. You cannot force opportunities or relationships to happen. But you can control your attitude, your energy, your presence, your mindset. Fix your attitude, and the right people, opportunities, and relationships will naturally come. Your circle will reflect the strength, clarity, and calm you carry. Weakness attracts weakness. Strength attracts strength. Your attitude isn't just who you are, it's what you project to the world. And the world responds accordingly. Most people believe talent, experience, or resources come first. They think, if only I were smarter, richer, more skilled, then I could succeed. Wrong. Skill without the right attitude is wasted effort. It's like having a high-powered car with no fuel. Ambition without attitude becomes pressure, it overwhelms you. Intelligence without attitude becomes pride, it blinds you. Even average skills, when paired with a relentless, unyielding attitude, can create an extraordinary life. Because attitude turns limitations into opportunities, obstacles into lessons, and setbacks into fuel. Attitude gives you speed when you don't know the way, patience when progress is slow, vision when everything seems unclear, and belief when the world doubts you. It's not about mood, it's not about logic. Winners don't wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, or the perfect motivation. They decide to act anyway. Attitude is the engine of success. It carries you when talent fails. It sustains you when skills are not enough. It empowers you to rise higher than anyone expected, including yourself. Pain is unavoidable. Life will hurt you. That is certain. But pain itself is powerless. It only becomes destructive when your attitude allows it. With a weak attitude, pain turns into fear, anger, bitterness, and resentment. It traps you in the past, replaying the same wounds over and over. It convinces you that life is unfair, that nothing will ever change, and that you are a victim of circumstances. With a strong attitude, pain becomes fuel, the fire that ignites your courage, discipline, and focus. It becomes wisdom, teaching lessons that comfort never could. It becomes resilience, shaping you into someone capable of enduring storms without losing yourself. The strongest people you know were not born perfect. They were forged in fire. They were tested, broken, and pushed to the edge. Pain came for them, yes, but their attitude refused to let it defeat them. It turned heartbreak into strength, failure into experience, rejection into redirection, and disappointment into determination. Every challenge, every setback, every tear has the potential to transform you, but only if your attitude chooses growth over victimhood. The moment you decide that pain will not define you, but refine you, your life begins to change. You stop shrinking in the face of adversity and start rising, stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever before. Pain will come to everyone, but only those who master their attitude turn it into power, purpose, and progress. True attitude cannot be faked. It is not something you can wear like a mask, post about on social media, or show off when the world is watching. Real attitude is forged in silence, in the private battles no one sees, the lonely nights when giving up feels easiest, and the small, often unnoticed decisions you make every day. Anyone can look confident when everything is going their way, when life is smooth, when applause is loud. But real attitude reveals itself in the storms, when you feel invisible, exhausted, unsupported, or when the world seems to have turned against you. That is when your inner strength shows its true colors. Real attitude is quiet, calm, patient, and disciplined. It does not chase attention, seek validation, or react to every insult or inconvenience. It does not panic when plans fail or people betray you. It simply is. Unshaken, unwavering, unmovable. Train your attitude in private. Practice discipline when no one is watching. Choose patience when irritation comes naturally. Stay calm when chaos surrounds you. Uphold your integrity even when shortcuts are tempting. Show kindness even when others don't notice. These unseen choices are the building blocks of an unshakable mindset. Because the world will never test you when things are easy. The world tests you in silence when no one is cheering you on. And if your attitude has been trained quietly, patiently, and consistently, you will emerge stronger, unbreakable, and unstoppable, no matter what life throws your way. Everything you accept in life, how people treat you, the work you do, the love you allow, the opportunities you take, reflects your attitude. Your attitude sets the bar for what you tolerate and what you refuse to accept. A weak attitude convinces you to settle. You compromise on respect, endure situations that drain you, and accept less than you deserve, because deep down, your mindset whispers, maybe this is all I'm worth. Over time, this becomes a pattern. You don't realize it, but every compromise chips away at your potential, your confidence, and your happiness. A strong attitude, on the other hand, raises your standards automatically. You no longer need to demand respect or prove your worth. Your presence communicates it silently. You attract the right people, opportunities, and situations because your energy radiates strength, clarity, and self-respect. People sense it and naturally gravitate toward it. Attitude is more than confidence. It's alignment. It's knowing your value, understanding your boundaries, and demanding better without a word. It protects you from toxic influences, guides you toward meaningful choices, and elevates your life even when circumstances are imperfect. The truth is this: life won't hand you better automatically. Your attitude determines whether you accept less or rise to your full potential. The more powerful your inner standards, the higher your life climbs. Silently, steadily, and unshakably. Your inner dialogue is the silent ruler of your life. It controls your peace, your choices, your growth, and your future, long before anyone else has a say. Most people don't even notice it, but every thought, every reaction, every word you repeat to yourself is training your mind and shaping your reality. A negative attitude whispers lies. I'm broken. I'll never succeed. It's too hard. I'm not enough. It convinces you to shrink, to give up, to let pain define you. It turns ordinary setbacks into permanent defeat. Over time, it poisons your confidence, your motivation, and even your ability to dream. A strong attitude, however, speaks in quiet power. Yes, I failed. Yes, it hurts. But I am still here. I am still capable. I will learn. I will rise. It doesn't ignore the pain. It acknowledges it, learns from it, and transforms it into fuel. It converts every failure, heartbreak, and rejection into lessons, strength, and clarity. Attitude is the doctor of your soul. It can heal wounds, rebuild broken confidence, and guide you through life's storms. Or it can let them fester, leaving you weaker, bitter, and stuck. Every day you are making this choice, consciously or unconsciously. The truth is simple but powerful. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And how you respond, your attitude, decides whether life crushes you or molds you into someone stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. Your attitude is not just a part of your mind. It's the foundation of your resilience, the engine of your growth, and the key to turning pain into power. Every thought you nurture, every word you speak to yourself, every silent choice you make, it's building the version of you that the world will one day see. Your attitude is always training, every second, whether you realize it or not. It's shaped not only in life's storms, but in its small, ordinary moments. How you react when someone cuts you off in traffic, how you respond to a rude comment, how you handle a minor disappointment. Every pause, every choice, every silent decision is building the strength or weakness of your attitude. Life will test you, rejection will come, failure will knock at your door, pain will challenge you, comfort will tempt you to quit, distractions will try to pull you off course. People will doubt you, circumstances will try to break you, and sometimes it will feel like everything is falling apart all at once. But here's the truth. Your attitude decides your outcome. It determines whether you collapse under pressure or rise stronger. It decides whether you see setbacks as defeat or as lessons. It decides whether you wait for life to get easier or whether you forge ahead anyway. You pass life's tests not by being perfect, not by avoiding failure, and not by never being hurt. You pass by refusing to quit, by standing tall when everything pushes you down, and by showing up consistently day after day, no matter how hard it gets. Attitude is your shield in battle, your compass in chaos, and your engine in the dark. The stronger your attitude, the more unstoppable you become. Not because life gives you favor, but because you refuse to be shaken, silenced, or defeated. It isn't money. It isn't talent. It's your attitude. There comes a moment when you're tired. Not physically tired, but soul tired. Tired of being misunderstood. Tired of trying so hard and still feeling invisible. Tired of watching others succeed while you give everything you have. Tired of pretending you're fine when you're breaking on the inside. And in that moment, you don't need more talent. You don't need another degree. You don't even need more time. What you need is attitude. Because attitude is not just how you speak or walk. It's how you face your pain. It's how you rise when life throws you to the ground. It's how you keep moving forward with fire in your chest and silence on your lips. People will tell you, you need luck. You need support. You need someone to help you. But the truth is simple. You need one thing to restart your entire life. A mindset that refuses to break. This isn't theory. This is real life. This is how every survivor, every champion, every underdog stays alive. Attitude is everything. And from this moment forward, it will be everything for you too. Your life doesn't change with luck. It changes with attitude. As you listen, you will build your mindset and your English. Lesson 1, your attitude matters more than your situation. People spend years trying to fix their situation. If I had more money, I'd be happy. If I had better parents, I'd be confident. If I had support, I'd succeed. This thinking is dangerous because it gives your power away. It trains your mind to believe you are a victim. Wait to be saved. But here's the truth. Two people can face the same struggle. One rises. One breaks. Not because of luck. Not because of intelligence. Because of attitude. Imagine two brothers born in poverty. One becomes bitter, angry, addicted. Blames the world. The other becomes focused, disciplined, unstoppable. Builds a new life. Same situation. Different mind. Your attitude is not who you are when life is easy. Your attitude is who you are when life is unfair. When it's raining, you're broke and you're alone. That is when your character is revealed. Your situation can delay you. It can hurt you. But it can never define you unless your attitude allows it. Stop waiting for life to get easier. Start building an attitude that is stronger. You don't need a perfect beginning. You need a powerful response. Your reality may be hard right now, but your attitude decides whether this chapter becomes your excuse or your evolution. Fix your attitude, and your life will begin to fix itself. Lesson 2. A bad attitude destroys more than failure. People think failure is the enemy. They are wrong. Failure is normal. Everyone fails. Every successful person has fallen thousands of times. Failure is information. Failure says, this path didn't work. Try another. But a bad attitude shuts your ears. A bad attitude tells you, life is unfair. You're unlucky. Nothing will change. A bad attitude makes you the enemy of your own future. A person with a strong attitude can rise after 100 failures. But a person with a weak attitude will fall even with 100 opportunities. Your attitude writes the story you believe. And that story decides whether you fight or surrender. How many people do you know who are talented but stuck? Not because they lack skills, but because they lack mental strength. One problem and they collapse. They get emotional. They blame. They quit. That is how a negative attitude kills the future. Not from outside, but from inside. You may look alive, but mentally you stop growing. Then what happens? You avoid challenges. You shrink your dreams. You protect your comfort. You accept a smaller life. Not because you can't rise, but because your attitude whispers, this is all you deserve. Your attitude becomes your ceiling. Weak attitude equals weak future. Strong attitude equals unstoppable future. The danger of a bad attitude is this. It feels comfortable. You defend your excuses. You justify your fears. You stay small. But the world only respects one type of person. The person whose attitude refuses to surrender. And here's the life-changing part. Changing your attitude is free. You don't need money. You don't need support. You don't need perfect conditions. You only need courage. Courage to shift from, what if I fail? What if I rise higher than ever? Courage to shift from, they hurt me, to they can't stop me. Courage to shift from, I give up. I will win. Your attitude is your inner voice. That voice decides whether life becomes a battlefield or a victory lap. Failure is not the end. A bad attitude is. Fix your attitude. Oh, God. And you will never truly be defeated. When motivation disappears, when talent fails, when love fades or support disappears, Attitude is the only thing that remains. It's not loud or flashy, it doesn't need recognition, but it is your spine of steel, your silent strength, your fire inside. It is what allows you to rebuild, to rise, to keep moving forward when everything else falls apart. Life isn't measured by comfort, ease, or the absence of struggle. It's measured by how powerful your attitude is when the storm hits. It's not about avoiding pain. It's about standing tall despite the pain, walking through challenges despite fear, and choosing growth despite setbacks. Every great person, every story of triumph, every journey from nothing to everything started with a single decision. I refuse to quit. I refuse to be broken. I will rise. That decision, rooted in attitude, is what separates the ordinary from the unstoppable. So wake up the fire inside you. Train it, protect it, feed it with courage, discipline, and clarity. Decide today that you will not settle. You will not shrink. You will rise no matter what life throws at you. Attitude is everything. It is the foundation of your success, the shield of your soul, and the power that nothing in the world can take from you. And starting today, so are you. You are unstoppable. You are unbreakable. You are rising.